after I drink.
No, she can sing all she wants.
Yeah, there's no music. I can sing it all I want.
Singing is fine. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
That's her singing. That's just Betty's lovely singing voice.
Okay. I just wanted it. I'm just overly cautious, okay?
Chloe, it's fine.
Relax. It's fine.
Chloe, we love you.
Just thank God it's not me singing. You'd probably lose a few viewers.
Well, you could give us a few choruses of Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny
although your singing is pretty nice.
The pipes, they're calling.
See, when you say Danny Boy, I think of tub thumping.
No, that's good.
And I get up again. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Jack, go.
Yeah, so we're back on YouTube, guys. So
all right.
Yeah, we just finished up Identity. You guys have been hearing our little karaoke mini stream with my Betty and everybody. But yeah, these were some good episodes. We definitely dissected a lot.
So my
Betty, you had some very good insight.
Was any of it recorded? I don't know.
It was recorded. It's on Twitch. I have to download it later. So yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I've been doing a lot of therapy.
Well, you're doing good, Betty. You're doing good.
It helps because it gives a whole new perspective.
Yeah, it does.
A whole new world.
No, but like honestly, it's cool to have that.
Yes. Exactly. That's why I love hanging out with you guys, because you guys always give me fresh new insight. I mean, you guys come from all parts of the world. I mean, California, Scotland, Tennessee, now Kansas City, and then we also got Florida, and we got here, DC. So we're all connected on this one little channel.
Yes.
All the world's birthday cake, Al.
Yep, exactly. And we're all connected because of one thing. Orville.
Corn pieces. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is either Orville that the reason why you guys are all around, or it's because of me?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's both.
Good.
I love the Orville, and obviously, I gotta say, I love you.
And I love you too.
Well, I left you to take fun time for you, Al. So yeah, you're my Orville gal now.
Yep, I'm definitely an Orville gal, but I'm also Jack's gal too.
I know that was a little cheesy. It's okay.
No, I love that cheesiness. I love you.
No, I was.
Yeah,
I was cool with it
you
too,
two are so cheesy.
Yeah.
I know. That's why he's my permanent one.
I watched Doctor Who, so I love cheese too.
And you love Loki.
Yep, that's the campy part.
Well, actually, I really like Doctor Who too. I just can't watch it anymore because I can't access it anymore. So.
Oh well, you're not missing anything at the moment, so don't worry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've heard the current Doctor Who is poop.
Yeah, let's not talk about Jodie. Never mind.
Oh,
Let's just
I was
not go into it.
excited about a female Doctor Who.
I was too.
There's too much controversy with that.
No, it's not just controversy. It's just the way they directed her. It's just not right.
Oh no, I was so excited about her.
Yeah. But you should watch it anyway. Make up your own mind. Serious.
Well, if I could, I would, but it's not on Netflix, it's not on Hulu, and those two are the only things I have access to.
Oh, yeah. It's on BBC America.
Yeah,
or you can also got BritBox, which you can download off of Google Play. Not that I'm making a commercial out of this. I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, if I have to pay for it, I can't. No. I mean, you have to pay for Netflix and Hulu too, but that's about as much of the budget I have.
Well, you could always go yo ho ho and a bottle of rum there, Coley.
I don't drink.
That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about.
I'm kidding. No.
It's fine. Yeah, it's not a pirate's life for everybody.
She's just saying that so she doesn't get in trouble. Once we go offline, then she'll be like, "Send me the links, send me links."
I don't know what you're talking about, Scotsman. Oh my gosh, too many Guinnesses.
How rude, John. I should start calling you the Scotman, the crazy Scot.
He is. Look at his username.
Well, that's what it says on his avatar there.
I know.
He's the crazy.
That's why I said it.
All Scots are crazy. I will tell you that because I'm part Scottish myself. So I would
Exactly, just ask Doctor Who.
Yes, I know.
Or ask me because I'm crazy.
Why do you think I've called you crazy? I know you're part Scottish.
What did I say? What's that? Is that a yawn?
I will let that go, Chloe, because you're my sis. No, it's
I'm
all good.
teasing.
I know. It's all good. That's why I can laugh it off. See, I'm a good sport. I can laugh it off. But no,
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We hadn't done these Orville episodes in a while, so it's good to have a lot of you come out. So good. Because I missed these Orville watch parties. I know Jack missed them.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I missed them too.
It's amazing how much you pick up the second time watching it, because like you were saying, all the colours and all that, you don't pick them up right away. It's only when you're like analysing it a second time over or seeing other people's point of views, that you start to notice wee details like that.
This guy, the Scotsman, he really is crazy because he thinks we've only watched it 2 times, Al.
He knows I've seen it more than 2 times. I've seen it multiple times.
I have 2.
Ooh.
More than 2, I promise.
Yeah, exactly. At least 10.
I've seen it at least 3 times, maybe a little more.
I never tire of these.
No, me neither.
I mean, yeah, they're so awesome. But yeah, there's a lot of layers to why it's called Identity. It deals with family, crew, future alliances.
I think there are obviously multiple layers to it.
Agreed.
I wonder if that's why they added the tree in there, because that's where he gets his namesake from, Isaac Newton. And as we know, Isaac Newton, he got hit on the head with a tree and it knocked him out, and then he woke up with the idea. So that's kind of like him rebooting, waking up, and it's like getting the fresh analysis. You need a good slap to knock some sense into him.
I'm going to agree with the crazy Scotsman, and I'm going to add some more to that. The Wonder Child being in the tree, also being representative that everything is connected. I mean, that tree is Yggdrasil, okay? And the parts of that tree is the union, all coming together. And it's a little bit of foreshadowing there, too, I think, in that scene, because you're bringing in all these different kind of aspects in a... it's not in an ego way. It's more like an intuitive kind of spiritual kind of a thing. Because again, everything is connected. Okay. And through our pulp culture, we are going to get good messages, actual wisdom, divine wisdom from things even like the Orville. Okay. That being kindness and compassion, the upholding and the glorification of virtues, right? Okay. But also throwing out, some really existentialist wisdom. I mean, Claire's good for that. I mean, come on. Everybody name one wise thing that Claire has said in this show.
She's said very wise things.
Yeah.
Okay, well, name something. Like, what did she say about, my mom always said to be open-minded, but not open-minded enough that your brain falls out.
Yes, that's one of them. Another one is when when she is faced with the task of changing Topa's gender, and she straight up says no, and she explains why not, because she is too young to even understand what her gender is yet.
And the child's not in danger anyway with their health either, because the child is just starting out on their journey. So yeah, I totally get that.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Basically.
Okay. All right. So that being said, the tree is an existential representation of unity
Hmm.
and the connection, the rebirth and the reconnection of that unity within the union. That everybody has to gather together. They have to gather all their resources and their force and defend themselves against the Krylon. That scene is so. I mean, it's also a representation of Ty being very rooted in his belief that
Hmm.
Isaac is not bad. He's not bad. And
Right,
Claire
right.
comes in to try to convince him otherwise. Well, Claire is representation of the society in which you grow up into. All right.
Hmm.
Whereas Ty is the representation of what is potential and what is possible. Okay. And again, all in that tree. So there's so much going on in. I mean, you guys are right. I mean, all of the insights that were put through today were just amazing. And we're all just absolutely correct. And in that, I summarize divine wisdom. Thank you.
So I'm curious who did the voice of Supreme Commander on Orville, because his voice sounds a little bit like Isaac's, but it's different. So I'm curious now. Okay, so let's.
Golly, I didn't bore everybody with that. I didn't bore everybody with that, did I?
No, you didn't.
I think
You
you're just
you did not.
you're all
You
so
did
blown
not.
away by
No, you blow me away. Yeah, no. I have been blown away by your entire perspective. It's such a unique one, and it's one I never thought that was, I never thought of before. And to hear yours, it's like wow, like it's an entirely new way of seeing such something that I love. Like, so thank you.
Oh, not a problem. It's just application of knowledge. That's all.
I
I
totally get
agree.
it.
Thank you for your
Totally get
perspective,
it.
Betty. It's I don't know what word I'm looking for, but thank you.
Yeah, I think this has been quite the good video tonight. You know, it's been a lot of conversation. Usually we just have a good laugh and just act flow with it. But
Yes, but this time we
it's
went a
been
little
it's been more
grittier.
like an actual
Yes.
commentary. You know, made me think that perhaps if this was on YouTube, you probably could maybe get away with it on YouTube because we've been discussing that much on it that is almost like an actual commentary that you would get on a DVD on the Extra Satanists. So thank you for your contribution.
Okay, so here's the person that did Kalon primary. Graham Hamilton.
Ooh, he's cute.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What? He is. He's cute.
I mean, yeah, sure, yeah.
I mean, he's decent
I can't
looking. I'll
deny
give him
that.
that. But okay,
I
it looks like
really like them when they're shaved.
So, okay.
But yeah. These were the episodes identity, guys. I mean, yeah, we went into a lot of stuff with this. Unfortunately, you guys had to miss it because it was all on Twitch. But yeah, we talked a lot about it. We got into all the details. So yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to say though, because I think we said a lot of it.
I mean,
Katie,
it,
think of something smart to send us off because the rest of us cannot. We're just so mind boggled. Um, we can't compete.
I will say that
Uh,
I will say that this these are my favorite.
Episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they definitely were two of my favorite. In fact, when I first seen this, it almost felt like an ending of a season. I was surprised when there was
Hmm.
more episodes because I thought you could end the season there because there's so much damage been done. It kind of feels like the end of a season. A big
Yes.
climax that you've overcome. Um, so it's almost very difficult to top that. But I also
Yes.
enjoyed the future episodes that they do come up with. But yeah,
Yes.
Mhm.
Agreed. Agreed, Big Daddy
Yeah.
John. Totally agree with that. Yes. Absolutely.
well,
100%.
from my perspective, I had seen both seasons when they were both already full seasons on Hulu, so I didn't really have like the thought of, oh, is this the season finale? Oh, there's more? So I didn't really think much of it. I just watched it. I thought that it was interesting. Maybe
Hmm.
not my favorite, but it's up there.
Fair enough. I mean, when we saw it on TV, and many of us were like, "Is it going to come back? How are they going to top this?" And it got
Right.
bigger and better, and wow, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
it also makes me wonder what the future for the Union is going to look like because this basically was the Battle of Wolf 359 for the Union. They took a
Hmm.
large loss, took a lot of damage, and now they know there's a future threat that they have to prepare for. So they've got a lot of
Yeah,
rebuilding to do.
I completely agree. I also think that there's going to be, actually, I think there's going to be more destruction that's going to happen
Oh yeah,
between
definitely.
now and then because you really can't rebuild a new identity until you've completely and utterly destroyed the previous one. And as I did say during the show, that ego death is a process. It takes
Right.
as long as it needs to, but it's definitely not just over and done with. Because even after the ego death and that death of that identity, there's also a grieving process, not just for the person going through the process, but also for the people around that person that goes through that ego death, because people have to rearrange their behavior to react and respond to the person who's changing. And sometimes that identity death, the way that it looks and appears, it's I'm going to tell you guys, it's effing frightening. Because when I was in the middle of that identity death, I was screaming and fighting and spitting and snotting into the video. I was on YouTube experiencing going through this, and V Star was kind of holding my hand as best as she could as I went through some of this. And Darth Haster was there for some of it. Jeff B. Al was definitely on board with that, and so a lot of people were confused as to what the hell was going on with me. Why are you doing all this? Well, it's because there was a lot going on, and I was experiencing an ego death and an identity death. And that's the reason why I have so much insight into these two episodes. Because once you go through something, I mean, and I'm not even really all the way through mine, you can look back and you can see that behavior pattern resonate through the TV screen to you, saying this is what is happening, this is what it looks like. And you can see it step by step, and it's actually kind of validating, and it supports you through your own healing process. Not to mention all the books and the therapist you have to go through, but still, it's it's a process. And in the end, the people who love you, the people who identify with you and understand you and tolerate you, the ones who really unconditionally love you for who you are at face value, they're going to stick around with you through their own war. and everybody else is just a fair weather friend.
Agreed. Agreed. And you guys have
Yeah.
been there.
Yep. And that's part of this. That's part of this episode.
I have nothing more to add. Everything that you have said is perfect. Thank you.
You are
You
very
have,
welcome, and thank
yeah.
you. And I have no more spell slots.
Y- You know, I had planned to add something, but now that's just. I think you said everything, Betty. I just. I'm speechless.
Yes,
You said everything.
I,
definitely.
I mean, you you were the most unique aspect of this conversation, and I think you know, like you gain the respect of everybody who is listening, and thank you for that perspective. That's a perspective I never would have thought of.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate you.
I'm curious to see.
Same.
I'm
I
curious.
appreciate you appreciating me.
We all appreciate each other.
Yes, yes. Thanks, Al.
That's why we're
100%.
brainy ship. That's why I'm right there. It's getting your heads.
The, seeing these episodes, it makes me even more curious to see the next season because there's
Yes.
so many possibilities of where to take it. Like how is this going to affect the mindset of the union? You know, are they going to have to change the way they do things so that they
Hmm.
don't accidentally, cross paths with someone that wants to kill them, get into another trap, or are they going to do the same kind of foolhardy thing and just stay course? Because when you've had such a drastic loss, it really affects your confidence, and you've seen that towards the end how the commander wanted to take apart Isaac and treat him like an object, whereas the captain wanted to keep him and use him to uh, show that they're better than the Kalons, that that's what humanity is all about. They're not just using objects, they're um they're still trying to show that there's a better way. It doesn't have to be a right or wrong. They can there's a different way. And I think maybe that we might possibly see people reacting to Isaac differently, like, because imagine there's going to be a lot of people who blame Isaac for the amount of damage and loss. Not
Hmm.
everyone's going to be as forgiving. So it's kind of like Captain Picard when he got took over by the Borg. How
Hmm.
many people treated him with mistrust and aggression? So it'll be good to see if people treat him any differently in future, and that'd be a good episode as well, because will he feel any regret, will he feel any emotion, or sorrow or sympathy of what he did, and it'll be just another step in his development towards humanity. Um, and also you know a good way to see can the union's morals hold as compared to Starfleet. Well, we know what happened to Starfleet.
Hmm.
They seem to have went all downhill and
Yes.
gave up on everything they believed in. So well,
Yeah,
well,
that's going to be a part of that destruction and construction of the new identity
yeah,
that he's going to have to deal with. He's going to have to accept the fact that his actions had this negative response on other, well, not necessarily humans. I mean, how do we know that Yaphet's race won't blame Isaac for what he did to the Union? You know, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. But here's something else, and I'm really glad you brought this up, Scotsman, is the gains, the possibility of compromised gains, because the Union might ally themselves in a treaty with the Krill. I am expecting, this is what I'm expecting out of the Krill. They're going to want to do missionary work.
Yeah.
We may end up seeing a cleric or maybe a little shrine or temple to Avis on the Orville in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think that would be a very interesting thing to see how the Mocklins respond to the religion of Avis.
Yes. For
Because
sure.
they're a patriarchal society, and Avis is a very patriarchal religion.
Yes.
I'm wondering how if that's gonna cross over.
Good point. Good question. Hopefully we can find out. That would be a great thing to see because the comic sort of teased it a little about that. But yeah.
Oh, did they really?
A little bit. And where's my comic? Yeah. Let me see.
Oh yeah, pull that up. Oh yeah, I want to see that.
Where? Oh, that's my friend Adega's book. Not that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because these people were Union folks, and they really got into the Krill.
Oh, did they?
They really got into it. I mean, they were bowing down. They ran into Talea. Yeah. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this full screen. Because they really got into
on.
So
no,
yes.
that I totally see that, because it mirrors what we have done historically and in the past. You know, we've sent missionaries overseas. Why not send them into space? But if if Earth has lost our spiritual footing, I don't see any reason why the Krill can come in with Avis and set up a new type of structure, because there are some people who like that religious structure, and they really get on with that. So yeah,
right. But that's Talea that we've seen. This is actually her after she was in.
On.
So yes, I would highly recommend you check out the comics, Betty. This is the third one. That's the third one.
Comics are like manga. They're worse than crack.
It's the word of Avis. So yeah, if you check those out, that's the one that talks about it.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, these were some good episodes, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the little insight from my wonderful panelists. These guys are so awesome. Betty, Chloe, Big Daddy John, and obviously Jack, my boyfriend. I mean, you guys are so great. Hope you guys enjoy this little insight. So the next thing on the channel will be, an interview with Manu and Tramy that my boyfriend and I did last week. So I'm going to be releasing that hopefully next week. So that was a fun interview.
Awesome.
Also, Jack and I will be doing a stream with NB Geek on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, discussing movie history.
Ooh, what's the topic this time?
Classic movies from 1939, I think, Jack?
No, well, 1930s. The
1930s to 1950s.
Yes.
Right now.
Tap was really popular during that time.
So yeah, there's a lot of ones we're going to be discussing. Is there anything coming up on your channels, Betty or Big Daddy John, that you want to promote?
No, I'm just chilling. I'm kind of taking a break from the whole YouTube scene now, but I'm slowly getting back there. If I have anything coming up, I'll be sure to let everyone know on Twitter. So keep following me out there.
Sounds good.
Okay, well, I took my stuff down and then I put a few things back up again. It's basically me playing with my Loki toys. I'm not going to apologize for being a giant child. I'm also not ever going to apologize for being a gigantic, hopeless fangirl. Okay, so I lucked out and I got a couple of Lokis, right?
She did.
I did. And then I got so excited that I ran over to Hobby Lobby and I bought him a furniture set. So my Loki is in my room, all of them. They are in the living room drinking soda and watching TV from their own personal couches.
I
And
love that.
I'm going to set up this kind of like, it's called like the green room support group, okay, and
Ooh.
it's basically Loki's coming together and they're supporting each other kind of in this like hypothetical fourth wall scenario. Okay,
Ooh,
it's
okay.
very similar to this to my tequila catastrophe video, and it's also very similar to St. Patrick's Day, Loki's St. Patrick's Day, where he takes over the car washes in the Tri-County area. In my world, Loki's minion is Snarf, so so there's. I know it actually makes sense. I promise.
Yes.
Well, that's because Snarf is like the biggest mommy enabler I can possibly think of as far as cartoon characters.
Mhm.
Okay, I mean, and as Snarf just matches to be Loki's minion. He just does. Trust me. But I have been gathering stuff to do that. I also want to take this opportunity, if you don't mind, Al, to shout out my blog, because that's where you're going to find Topa's bedtime story. And I have been
Yes.
told by many famous authority figures, 3 of them, which, you know what, is more than 2, so equals many. Anyway, that is the best Orville fanfic online right now. So, kathiastar.com. Okay. And if you Google it, you have to put Kathia Star as one word, a space, and then .com. Okay. If
Yeah.
you just Google Kathia Star, you should come up with me, but who knows? If you Google Kathia Star Topa's bedtime story, it'll pop right up. So that's my blog, is kathiastar.com. So
Mhm.
that's my shout out. I hope that didn't take up
Nice.
too much time. Okay.
No,
Thank you.
you
Thank
were perfectly fine, Betty. You were perfectly fine. So yeah, check out Betty, check out John. Also check out Jack and me when we do stuff like that. Chloe, she's a lovely, good hang around her friend. All these people are so awesome. I love them all in different ways. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this fun watch party, and we will see you guys another time. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Right.